find it hilarious that how when I spoke out against you via the comments, you actually liked the comment presented, but when Derterifii makes a commentary on you pointing out the problems with your video, that's when you feel the need to actively speak out, despite the fact that both of his points of context, and some, were presented in my original comment on the original video. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Well, this seems like as good a time as any to come back for a wee bit. Also, I apologize for the current state of my avatar. I've been looking into some other avatar memes and/or reactions and haven't really gotten around to it. Anywho, for those of you who aren't aware, a very little while ago, Ryan Rhino Mills and Zerarick did a commentary on British Brony's co-op review of Spike at Your Service. And I didn't like it. Well, to be more precise, I didn't like the first 4 minutes of it. I found it to be condescending, nitpicky, and maybe a little hypocritical, as was stated in my comment on the video. 3 days later, Derterifii comes out and has some of the same gripes with the video, thus making a two-shot commentary on it. Zerarick made a commentary on that. And this is where we are. Let's begin.
One thing I want to get out of the way first. Derterifii, I don't hate you. In fact, I consider you one of the best members of BOP. But just because I like you doesn't mean I'm gonna sit down and let this fuck up slide. Also, keep in mind that my style of commentaries is me being an ass. So then, let's begin.
Okay, so there's a reason I thought you were annoying in this commentary. Good to know.
So that's your collab partner's introduction. Nothing but you having a completely unrelated tangent, then BAM! She just teleports in. And that's awful since it doesn't give any actual context as to why she just appears there.
You know, that's a really interesting point. I could almost get behind— Wait a second.
Where the heck did this rainbow take me this time? And who are you, kid? I want to get home. Take me home! Oh no! Why won't it let me leave?
Context. There you go.
Okay, I will admit to not placing that point in the script where it would be the best, but what you showed us doesn't refute my point.
Oh, this should be good.
Here, let's analyze what I said. Nothing but you having a completely unrelated tangent, then BAM! She just teleports in. This quote is related to how she does indeed just teleport in with no build-up or foreshadowing to her just showing up.
As is what's generally a point that happens in co-op reviews, commentaries, videos, etc. There has to be some sort of way for the co-op partner to enter into the video, and yes, some of those methods are going to be more exaggerated and potentially surprising than others. Random teleportation, especially when displayed on screen as is done here, is one of those such methods. Furthermore, if her teleporting into the video is meant to be a surprise unbeknownst to British Brony, as is his reaction to her presence clearly lets on, then why should we come to expect foreshadowing for something that, in the context of the review, wasn't meant to be known by the characters beforehand? Pleb.
Then there's... That's awful since it doesn't give any actual context as to why she just appears there. Sure, I could have worded myself better, but it's not like what you said damages my point. If this clip would have been moved to the point where I critique that fall, then my point would still be strong since she just teleports into the whole video with the only explanation being that a rainbow took her there.
An explanation you alluded to the video not having. You can't just say, there was no context for this in the video, and then in the bloody video, they give a comedic and topical to the series being reviewed explanation as to why these characters have found themselves together. They even play off the fact that Mary Sue can't leave, British Brony implying they're maybe supposed to do the video together. Secondly, how would moving the point have worked when the point is complaining about the video not doing something it clearly did in the first place? It doesn't matter where you place the point. If people can go to the original video and find that your complaint was unfounded, then the point is still wrong.
Which doesn't provide adequate context, since it could easily be seen as a cop-out on their part, so they don't have to give a well-reasoned and structured point.
Let me ask you this instead. Why the fuck does it matter? No, I'm entirely serious here. Yes, a collab introduction is nice, and if you're going for a theatrical thing to your reviews, it can be cool to see different reviewing characters interact, but in the grand scheme of things, why does it even matter? It's not even a necessity, and it provides nothing for the review in and of itself. Now, I'm not saying that this excuses poor attempts at collab introductions, because it doesn't, and there should be some sort of notification regarding the collab partner's presence at the beginning of the video. But you know what? A rainbow teleporting an MLP character seems perfectly within the realm of reason. As perfectly within the realm of reason as one can expect for a series about talking magical ponies. Additionally, how the flying hell do the points in favor of Spike at Your Service, the episode they're reviewing, have anything to do with the way the reviewers are introduced. Oh wait, that's right, it doesn't! Because the character introduction is a cop-out, that means the points aren't going to be well constructed and thought out. Well, makes sense to me!
Mary Sue sounds like she's coming in from a radio. Really? If she doesn't have a good enough mic to sound like she's not coming from the 1940s, then why is she part of this collab? Her sounding so different from you is so distracting, since part of the collab is that you're in the same place.
You know, I was honestly shocked when Zerarick made this remark, considering he's part of a channel where the mic quality differs all the time.
So, what was the point to anything you said? Oh no, I'm in a group where there's a decent number of people who have different mics. I don't see why you brought up Bob, since there's really no point in it. What you're effectively stating is that since Bob has inconsistent mic quality, I should not be complaining since I'm part of it. You do know what that is, right? That's called guilt by association. A thing that is a substitute for an argument. While I normally ignore these, I'll humor you. Just because I'm in Bob doesn't mean I can't critique something that happens in Bob.
Then why has this not come up as an issue until now? Also, you seem to have changed your stance on the matter since originally commenting on Derterifii's video, since in that video, you also stated that the biggest point of contest was that they're supposed to be in the same room, something that you have done in videos on Bop, that being, make the characters look as though they're supposed to be in the same room. That's not guilt by association, you twat, that's guilt by the fact that you participate in the videos that do the exact same thing. That's not guilt by association, that's guilt by you fucking did that! I said it before, and I'll say it again, because apparently the only way to get through anyone's head in this community is to make a fucking video. That makes you a hypocrite! Psst! Commentators tend to point out when people are being hypocrites, FYI! I spat all over my comic page.
So tell me, since you're a commentator, why the fuck are you making this video? I mean, you are part of the CC, and the CC has a lot of bad commentaries in it. So I guess since you're part of that, you can't criticize commentaries anymore.
Insert joke about flipping that back on you so you can't critique on commentaries anymore. Blah! There's a difference between critiquing a genre of videos and critiquing something that one particular person did that contradicted what they critiqued another person for doing. I can say that 90s comics are fucking stupid, and the people involved were overzealous morons who overestimated their abilities and made asses of themselves, but I still like comic books as a whole and appreciate the work of those artists either before or after that decade. Him pointing out that you critique other people for doing something you yourself do isn't a jab at the community, because he wasn't critiquing you for making a commentary, you fucking nuts.
You see why this logic doesn't work yet?
What logic are you talking about, his or yours? I'm sorry I stole your joke, Ryan, but that's for taking my no thing.
Ignoring everything I've said, where the fuck is your argument?
Right in front of your fucking face. You're just choosing to have it fly completely over your head. Drax the Destroyer, you are not.
You can't just go,
Yeah, you and Bob!
and have to prove any argument wrong.
And you just can't yell, wah, guilt by association, as a way of automatically looking over what he was scrutinizing you for. See, I can throw out deterrence too.
Also, you seem to have missed that in the original video, Red Horse sounded muffled and quiet when compared to Mary Sue, whose audio was almost twice as loud as his.
Huh. I say, what dashing mare, and what an unusual tale.
Hey! No touchy! Where the heck did this rainbow take me this time?
Weird, those unusual audio blips weren't in the original video. Oh yeah! And neither was your claim that Mary Sue's audio was twice as loud, since this is the audio from different points in the video.
I guess this is code for I have to serve you with something till my magic allows me to leave. Boy, does that sound familiar. Wait, Spike at your service, collab.
Well, that's what it says on my checklist. I'm gonna do a positive spin on it. Generally hated on by the fandom, and try to find the more positive side of it.
Really? You had to spell that out? Is it not my amazing rainbow tale a hint that this is going to be a happy review?
Well, I did need to introduce this new section to my audience.
Devotion to keeping his word. Keep dreaming if you think I'm going to do that for you, though, sir.
Don't know what you mean. Continuity error anyway, but no pony cares. So why are they caring about this? This is why I have just created It Ain't All Bad, to try and turn negatives into positives.
Well, sorry, Master Brony. But you make a fair point. Why care about this when the show has a record of continuity issues? Well, probably because it's Spike.
Excuse me? What was that? Bullshit, you say? Well, good sir, I already knew that.
Mary Sue was so loud compared to the rest of the video that Ryan was forced to tweak the original audio so it didn't blow out his headphones while editing. So your comparison to Bob doesn't work, since Bob never, even in the earliest videos, had that one guy who's louder than everyone else to the point where it's not only hurting the audience's ears, but it's so completely different from everyone else.
I should also point out that in no point in Zerarick and Ryan's original commentary did they complain about volume, only the mic quality being akin to that of 1940s radios. Consistency, Zerarick! You do not have it! And with that said, at 4 minutes and 11 seconds in, the video is over! Yo, Zerarick, mind telling me why you only save face against videos made on you, rather than actually comment and argue your points without being a petulant child? Is it because not as many people are going to look at comment arguments, so as long as no one does a commentary on this video, it looks as like you have the final say? Well, guess what? Hi!